What makes The Warning the most special band in rock right now? Is it their explosive talent or their undeniable chemistry? Or is it something you can't really put your finger on, but you feel it in every note that they play? Now, it's obvious to anyone who has been following this band, The Warning, they're not just a band, they're a phenomenon. And after covering them in a few of my videos that you can actually find in the first comment below, I just kept asking myself a few questions. What is it that makes this band so different, and why are their fans so fiercely loyal? This is almost like Beatlesmania or something in the 60s. How did three sisters from Mexico not just make it big in a male-dominated genre, but also become a light of hope for the future of rock music? So I dug deeper, I dove into their story, I watched their performances, I even asked you guys, my subscribers, what makes this band so special. And while I found plenty of answers, there is still this one thing, this magic potion that I think ties the whole thing together. It's deeper, it's more than just the music and the performance. I think it is something that ties to why we fell in love with rock and roll in the first place. So stick around guys, because I think by the end of this video, you will see it too. The Warning's music isn't just a sound, it's a journey, and they make it so accessible somehow. They take that classic rock and all that stuff, infuse it with some progressive stuff, they take some experimental stuff into it, and they make it catchy as hell so everybody can like this. At the heart of The Warning is something that most bands can't replicate. All the members are siblings. These are three sisters, Paulina, Daniela, and Alejandra. They're in family, they've been together since they were born, you know? And this bond gives the music a level of authenticity and chemistry that you just can't fake. Now they're obviously very talented. Daniela has a very good presence both on the vocals and the guitar. Now Paulina is an amazing drummer and has a really great ability to sing as well. And then Alejandra has a really cool groove around her bass playing and she moves cool on stage. There's just some swag around that girl. You can really hear that these girls have been playing together for a really long time because their kind of groove and interplay and how they fit with each other is at a level that most seasoned bands would be happy to have after being together for 30 years. Now, experience The Warning live is just something totally different. Their shows are raw, electric, and packed with emotion. Each sister brings a different energy to the stage, but combined it just radiates to the crowd, and they leave everything on the floor there. And this creates another rare quality of this band because they're actually better live than in the studio, and some of their songs just take on a completely different dimension. This is very rare because most metal and rock bands are actually better in the studio than on the stage. The Warning isn't just making music, they're also breaking barriers. As an all-female rock band out of Mexico, they're dominating a market that used to be just guys, you know, like rock and roll was just all guys. And this is paving the way for other bands, both from non-English markets and also all-female bands. One of the things that really sets The Warning apart is their connection with their fans. The fans, the warned ones, they're not just fans, they're a community. They use live streams and meet and greets, making their fans feel seen and heard. And this openness and humbleness kind of creates a space where we feel that we're all in this together somehow. And this is not just marketing, this is a genuine connection. It's obvious that this is how the girls want to have it. Now this band has also used technology in a way that most bands don't do. I mean, they crowdfunded their first album. They were doing live streams during lockdowns. So they made themselves accessible for fans worldwide, breaking all traditional barriers. Usually it would be a radio station or a promo company or the record company, but no, they just did it themselves. I think The Warning is a gateway into rock for many people, not just because of their openness and closeness to their fans somehow, but also because their music is catchy, it's focused, it's emotional, and it doesn't have the long guitar solos and the stuff that we're used to from, you know, heavy metal and rock. And these are not some girls dressed in leather giving fuck you signs to people on stage and trashing hotel rooms. They're three sisters that show that rock does not have to be dangerous to be powerful. Now, watching this band grow kind of reminds me of the Truman Show, not in a bad way, but it's just so interesting to be able to see something go from where they started in that garage to becoming this global phenomenon somehow. And I think that makes it very special because we are somehow, it's almost like watering a plant or something and seeing it grow. We are part of the ride. And that's a reminder that dreams can actually become true if you really work hard at it. And I think that's a beautiful story and very inspiring. Now, and here comes that magic potion that I mentioned in the beginning. I think we all have this romantic idea about bands. You know, they start out when they're 15 in a garage and then they become big, and we still want them to be that group of 15-year-olds when they're on that stage. We want them to be there because they love each other, they want to be up there, they love the fans, not because of money or a contract or obligations. And I think it's obvious with The Warning that it doesn't seem to be just a brand or a business. These girls, obviously being sisters, are stuck with each other, but there is a shared vision, some passion that you can feel in everything that they do. They obviously have a good team around them as well, some family members and stuff like that. So this is some sort of an entity that goes beyond what we are used to. This reminds us of a time where music was not just about fame and money. There is some noble cause here that makes this band very, very special. The Warning is not just a band, it's a movement somehow, it's a phenomenon. And I think this band is gonna take over from the big bands. You know, when we see Metallica, you know, Guns N' Roses and all those bands finally leave the stage, The Warning is gonna step in there and they're gonna be playing the stadiums. And we really needed this because sometimes I'm a little bit worried about the future of rock, but The Warning is keeping the dream alive. So guys, what do you think? Am I missing something? Feel free to like this video, share it, subscribe to the channel, all that jazz. And then I want to tell you about this video up here. This is my concert review when I saw The Warning in April 2024 in Prague. Check that out.